Hey guys, it's Stoneflame here, and today I'm going to bring you an 81 and 1. I was going for more of a support looking class, but then I kind of decided I wanted to test out the new Type 25 after the patch, as well as I was looking to experience the, not necessarily underpowered Lodestar, but the Lodestar with its recent changes. As you saw, or real quick look at the class, I guess, would be I'm running Hardline, Flak Jacket, Scavenger, and Tac Mask. I'm running a Stinger and a trophy system, and I just kind of made this class for, I don't know, just to test everything out, really. I wasn't really interested in running Ghost or anything like that, but that's not what I want to talk about. Today, I would like to talk about what, in a childhood, what creates your childhood, so to speak, and how different, how much different my brother's childhood and my childhood will be. While being raised by the same parents, we have no, anomaly of difference as far as, who raises us. But the one huge thing that, or a couple of huge things, I guess, that Rocket, just noticed that. Anyways, the two differences between us would have to be that basically with the internet and its ever-growing clutch on life, I guess you could call it. Not necessarily clutch, but how much more time people spend on it. When I was growing up, I'd rather go play in the creek, honestly. I think that my immune system is built like a tank because I used to play in just the nastiest creeks of Missouri. No, I'm kidding. They're probably not the nastiest of Missouri, but they're pretty nasty little areas. But with all this aside, how people, or how kids of the generation that I guess my brother's from, he's 13, which isn't that far off from me. He's only 9 years younger than me, which isn't, a huge difference. It's a little bit different in the fact that we might not find the same stuff interesting at the same time, and that's actually, I got in trouble a lot for that, because I didn't want to play with him. But it seems like with how the internet and how social media and just how everything has been changing, technology's changing, no longer is it fun to go play in a creek when you can, sit on the computer and play video games or read or update your Twitter or Facebook or Tumblr or whatever you've got 50,000 times in a day. I'm not judging people like saying that that's, needless or whatever, do whatever you find fun. But here's a very interesting story that really brought this to my attention, as well as my friends. And me and him like to think that we have a weird nonverbal communication ability where both of our brains just kind of synchronize an idea. Well, he was trying to get his tags renewed, and if you've never fucked with the DMV, you would know, or if you have, you would know that the DMV just takes forever, and they're just not very timely about anything in particular. And then, of course, when you get there, you realize you don't have the right thing. Well, that's what happened to us. He needed to get a copy of his receipt for his property taxes, and if you're not old enough, don't worry about those. If you're old enough, you kind of know what they are. But he didn't realize that he needed that, and I can't say that I knew any better. So we didn't have that. So we decided, he had to make a phone call. He had to call the place or whatever, some bureau of whatever, and had to get a copy of it. And so they said they had to assess him real quick to see how much it would be. And so we decided, I asked him, I was like, hey, do you want to go, there's a park around the corner, do you want to just go hang out there? This is where I'm going. This is my point that I'm trying to make to you guys right here. So they told us it'd be about 10 minutes, and it ended up being about 2.5 hours before they actually called us, and the DMV actually closed before we could, do what we'd actually come to do. So we're sitting there, we're just kind of walking around, and we kind of start talking about, how much the playground equipment has changed, because we were just looking at it, and it was just, padded, and just, if you fall, it doesn't hurt too bad, and you know, when I played, we had like mulch, which if you fell, it just stabbed into you and hurt a lot. You know, now they've got like rubber pellets and these weird bouncy pad things, and just everything's built to break your fall. And it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, some of the best lessons learned are learned through trial and error. So you would learn, say, not to try and do a front flip off the swing set, you know? So while we're trying to entertain ourselves, we decide to create a game. We basically picked up, each of us had a rock in our hands, and it started off as, you know, let's see who can hit the stop sign from this far away. But then we turned it into like this weird little golf game. Like suddenly we had like a whole point system. We were just, the game created itself as we played along. And it's something that I realized that, yeah, they might be able to, they might not be. My brother may or may not be able to, or his generation could be able to do something like we did. But it only took us maybe 2 minutes to completely entertain ourselves for 2.5 hours. You know, it's absolutely amazing. You know, and I grimace, I guess, at the fact that, you know, my brother wouldn't really have an experience like that to just immediately entertain himself. You know, I'm 23. That was the most fun I've had outside in a very long time. You know, it was a little competitive enough. You know, it was with a friend. You know, it was just a lot of fun, and it was very surprising, and it just really made me think that, you know, kids these days are going to be missing out on an experience like that. You know, that's something that kind of helps you grow as a person, is just being able to sort of have that imagination. You know, I'm not saying that our idea was super duper original or anything. You know, we basically took golf and baseball. You know, we took golf, took out the clubs, and used our arms for, you know, throwing. Like, it wasn't a complex game, but it was enough to entertain two almost 23-year-olds for 2.5 hours. Like, that's crazy to me. I'm sorry, but I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. 81-1 with a not necessarily an overpowered class, but definitely a fun one to say the least. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Big win, job done.